you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before. To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arraign. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please the sport.
And it's Hakim Ziyech who puts the atlas.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations, but who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
In a world where power shapes with every headline,
In a nation full of questions,
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
The red carpets, awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as it is hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories. From missing funds to policy failures, we ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe. Hunger no get religion.
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
I'm Sarah Nystrom from Sweden, aka Chief Omobawale, Communication Queen. Keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jacobs, representing the States. Miami's in the house, and I want to make a shout out to VOP TV. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm also a rep in the film industry and the art industry. I help dreams come true, and I help you keep on that path. Shout out to VOP TV because you're helping people stay on their path too. Cheers.
All right, my name is John Odibo. Keep watching Voice of the People because it's a fantastic station to be with all the time. Thank you very much.
My name is Pastor Evi Siru, the convener of the Voice Achievers Award, and keep watching VOP. Yes, that is the channel for all the people. No color, no race. Thank you so much.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abbas Sunkan from the Netherlands. I am a designer and I'm here in Eco Hotel and Suits. Keep watching VOP, the Voice of the People. Don't touch that dial.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Welcome, guys. The show is Hashtags right here on VOP TV. My name is Vivian Oguche, and this is where we're going to tell you all things trending and all things topical. So today I got lots of things for you. I just cannot wait. But hey, I have to say this. Yeah, if this is your first time, accept a very warm welcome from us. Us, because it's a whole team working together, you know, to ensure that this is a seamless production. That said, let's get this show on the road. It is the very, very first hashtag today. Hashtag El-Rufai. It is just in breaking news, really. DSS has announced that they're going to be arraigning El-Rufai this month. When? You have to wait for it. I'm going to bring in the screenshots to you and responses in a short while. But know that he's still in the ICPC's custody. This is how he went down, right? The EFCC invited him. He submitted himself. He was detained for some hours. And the very moment he was released at about 8 p.m. a couple of days ago, the ICPC was right at the gate of the EFCC headquarters in Abuja to pick him up. He's still cooling his feet in the ICPC custody. And now the DSS has announced that they're going to arraign him this month, sometime this month. I have the date for you. Let's go to the first post on X now as we unfold this particular hashtag. It is hashtag El-Rufai. Remember, he's the former governor of Kaduna State, former FCT minister. The cable says, just in, DSS to arraign El-Rufai February 25. That is the date. That is the date. So, question is he going to be cooling his feet in the ICPC custody until the 25th? $1 million question. But the cable goes on to say the Department of State Services, DSS, will on Wednesday, February 25, arraign Nasir El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, over alleged cybercrime and breach of national security. He would be arraigned before Joyce Abdul Malik, judge of a federal high court in Abuja. There are responses to this one. Let's begin to take a look at them. So, Asan Jeffrey says DSS has to submit proof that Ribadu's phone was actually tapped. If they can't, then it's a watery case. But I understand why you believe he will go to jail. The judiciary is in their pockets after all. Let's talk about this a little bit. So Asan Jeffrey is talking about Ribadu, who is the National Security Advisor. In a televised interview, the former Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai had said that he knows someone who tapped Ribadu's phone. He didn't say he was the one. He said he knows someone who tapped Ribadu's phone. And he's not actually, released the identity of that person and all. But the federal government has made a case out of that. It's what Asan Jeffrey is referring to. Now, this is Africa Must Be Free. Wow, catchy name. Africa Must Be Free says his journey of pain has started. And then Rudy Optimist says, have you been able to arraign Yahaya Bello of Kogi State? More reactions. Let's continue to take a look at them. These are netizens reacting to hashtag El-Rufai. Miss Law says, that is a very good development. No person, however highly they think of themselves, should ever have the feeling they are untouchable or above the law of the land. For whatever it is worth, it is a good optics for the state to bruise his ego, as we are seeing now. He went too far with his reckless outbursts. But there are dissenting voices to this one. Let's take a look at the next one. So hashtag 30 says, I guess at some point they'll be forced to charge and arraign him, then release him on bail. Hashtag 30 is asking. More reactions? So this is Benga Giwa who says, time for Kaduna Emperor to display his prowess. Rich Ojo says, cybercrime. Another one is fraud. Yet another is abduction. Let's have a full list. However, it still amounts to political witch hunting in the sense that if he was not in the opposition party, he won't be a threat to the second term ambition. So that is the summation of it all as far as Rich Ojo is concerned. But you see, this hashtag is developing. It's a story that just dropped lots of reactions to it. And as it unfolds, we'll keep you posted. We swiftly move on to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Alex Oti. He is the governor of Abia State. Yesterday, we brought you hashtag Alex Oti. What was the bone of contention? It was all over the internet, yes. I was going to say all over the media, but actually it was all over the internet, especially on X. Sahara Reporters was leading the charge, saying that it looks like Alex Oti is going to be defecting to the APC, that those were the rumors flying around. So Alex Oti today has come out to say that, look, guys, I am not defecting to the APC. I remain with the LP. And he even said that even if there's going to be an election tomorrow, he's going to contest it on the platform of the Labour Party. We have the first post, and then a video, and then we have another video we promise we're going to bring to you today. So let's take a look at the first post now, hashtag Alex Oti. So Instablog Nigeria has that story. I am in the Labour Party, and there is no election tomorrow. But if there were, I will still run on the Labour Party platform. Abia Governor Alex Oti. Take a listen, guys.
In Labour Party. And there is no election happening tomorrow. But if an election was going to happen tomorrow, I will still run on the platform of Labour Party. But then nobody knows tomorrow.
So is that a caveat or what? He said nobody knows tomorrow, and then he laughed, and then the whole room laughed along. But hey, netizens are responding to this one, hashtag Alex Oti. Let's take a look at the responses now. How are people taking this? He is much beloved in Abia State, and it looks like it's not just Abia alone. O Edge says, at this point, if Alex Oti runs under Indomie Party, people will still vote for him. When you walk, your work speaks for you, not the logo on the paper. Hard Truths HQ says, APC hopefuls patiently waiting. Sometimes it's hard to predict Nigerian politicians with a watch. Now, there is another reason why Alex Oti is trending, because a couple of days ago he celebrated his birthday, and former Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo paid him a visit, and he was actually congratulating him for a job well done. The Cable has reportage on that. Cable is going to be reporting on that. We'll take a look at that shortly. But first, the video. Take a look at the former Vice President paying a visit to Alex Oti.
Welcome back, His Excellency, our dear Governor. Thank you so much. While we're standing the national anthem.
All right, former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo paying a courtesy call on the governor of Abia State, His Excellency Alex Oti. So people are saying, what kind of alignment is this? Permutations flying all over, left, right, and center. But hey, I think it's just because the former Vice President is impressed with what the governor of Abia State has done so far, as you will see in this post that the Cable put up. He actually came to commend him for a job well done. He called his leadership stellar, on point. Let's take a look at that post by the Cable now. Credit goes to the Cable for this one. The Cable says, former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has commended Alex Oti, governor of Abia, for his transformational leadership. Osinbajo, who was Nigeria's #2 citizen from 2015 to 2023, spoke on Wednesday during a visit to Oti at the governor's office in Umuahia, which coincided with the governor's birthday. So the long and short of it, guys, is the fact that the former Vice President, His Excellency Yemi Osinbajo, is just very impressed with Alex Oti. But is there more to this than what meets the eye? Is the million-dollar question. We'll keep our fingers crossed to see how that one pans out. Let's quickly take a trip now to Abuja, where residents are preparing for the municipal election come February 21. You saw how a couple of days ago, one of the candidates on the platform of the PDP decided to decamp to the... he actually stepped down. He didn't decamp. He stepped down for the APC candidate after, according to media reports, after the intervention of the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. So today, the candidate of the ADC, Dr. Mopol, that's what it's called, right? Dr. Moses Paul, is blowing hot. Like, you know how dragons spit fire? He's spitting fire. Now, I'm not just going to take away from his comments. You watch it yourself, because we have a video and then we have a post. Leadership newspaper put up the post. Let's take a look at it and then we'll play you the video. Of course, there are responses to this one now. It is Abuja, February 2021. This time around, it is AMAC. AMAC is not Obiakpo. Our votes will count, ADC candidate tells Wiki. The African Democratic Congress ADC chairmanship candidate for Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, Dr. Paul Moses, has declared that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, cannot influence or write election results in AMAC, insisting that candidates will defend their votes in Saturday's poll. Take a listen, guys.
AGC because it offered an opportunity. In AGC, they give 15% to the disabled, 35% for women. So for me, this is progressive, this is inclusion. And they're asking the young people to take center stage. I don't know if any other party would offer a Dr. Mo. They say he's too progressive. Yes, he's an author, a lecturer, but he's also an activist. If AGC is giving platform for people who are fearless and objective, we won't jump on it. If the FCT minister is the minister of project like he's been christened, he'll be voting for a Dr. Mo. I've been building and revamping primary health care centers here in the last, it has nothing to do with politics. So first of all, I'm even wondering, he's saying to the people that, number one, that you are all of us, we are useless. That's on one part. That our votes don't count, that the people's will will be trampled upon. Is that, is that?
All right, so if you listen to the whole thing, really, he actually told the FCT minister that AMAC is not Obiakpo. But netizens are responding to that particular one now. You take the part, did you get that part where he said that the FCT called them useless and he was asking that their votes do not count? A couple of netizens are jumping on that line. But hey, there are lots of varied reactions. Let's take a look at them. So what I'm bringing to you is like a microcosm of what we have online. The first one, let's take a look at it. So, Daesh Kwa, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You see, you've got me saying gosh instead of gosh instead of gosh. Okay, let me try again. Daesh Kawa Lagos says, Wike will rig the election, forget it. I consulted for LP in Obiakpo in the last election. Wike's rigging is barefaced. It doesn't follow any rule. The INEC officials will change the result. Beavers from EC8B will all be submitted. Wow, this is someone who said he consulted for the Labour Party in Obiakpo in the last election. The next one, let's take a look at it. So this is Selman who says, tell Wike AMAC is not Obiakpo. He cannot write votes in here. We own this city. Dr. Paul Moses, ADC candidate for AMAC. I love his boldness. Now he should match this with action on Saturday. We are rooting for him. The next one. So this is a Seraph Sachs who says somebody should look for Officer Yerima. Do you guys remember Yerima? Is the young naval officer who stood face-to-face, toe-to-toe to the FCT minister when there was a land dispute in Abuja. So Sarah Fax is saying they should just go and call Yerima for the FCT minister, Wiki. But there are more reactions. Let's take a look at the next one. So this is AO Captain who says, the confidence is loud, I won't lie. Talking like AMAC already printed the results. Bold words. Sweet, well. Now, Saturday is a real microphone. Let's see if vibes can convert to votes. End of discussion. I don't have any more to add to that. We quickly move on now to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Showore. So, a couple of publications today put up a post that a court has awarded damages amounting to 30 million naira to Showore against the Lagos CP for declaring him wanted. Now, these are allegations. Now, the People's Gazette put up this post, but pulled it down at some point. A couple of other publications put it up, and it's still standing. But at this moment, there are allegations. We are waiting to see if this is for real. That's how we do it here. We fact check. But Showore is making it look like it's real. He put up a post just less than an hour ago and saying that this is the third time he has been awarded damages against the federal government. Like I told you, this post is just dropping. Showore just dropped the post. Let's take a look at it. And then he put up a funny video, attached a funny video to this post. Of course, netizens are responding. So, Omoyele Showore says, for the record, this is now the third time Nigerian courts have awarded damages against the federal government in my favor. A federal high court judge, Justice Anwule Chikere, previously awarded damages against the official DSS&G after they illegally seized my phones during my unlawful arrest in 2019 over #RevolutionNow. Despite the judgment, they have refused to pay and have never returned the confiscated devices. In another case, a federal high court judge, Justice Iguatu, awarded damages against the same lawless, that's him talking, at official DSS&G for abducting me inside a courtroom, an act that struck at the very heart of judicial authority. To this day, they have neither complied with the judgment nor returned the property. Let's take a look at the next page, is the concluding part of his post now. Yet, these same institutions, according to Sowore, rush to the media whenever they obtain their Jankara ex parte orders, demanding obedience and respect for court decisions they themselves routinely disregard. If the government expects citizens to honor judicial pronouncements, it must first demonstrate that it is not above the law. Selective obedience to court orders is the clearest sign of institutional hypocrisy and decadence. As for me, I will take steps to lawfully enforce these judgment debts. And when recovered, the funds will not serve personal comfort. They will be redirected to those who truly need support, residents of Oworoshoki whose homes were demolished, retired police officers, teachers abandoned in suffering, student activists facing repression, and others who continue to bear the brunt of state injustice. And then he says, I must collect this debt. He put up this video and people are wondering, okay, so what's the significance of this video? How is it even related to what you just put up? But hey, put up this video of him pounding yam. If you're Nigerian, you understand. Take a look. Gosh, it has me longing for pounded yam and ogbono soup and all the mede in it right now. But it looks like he knows really how to pound his yam. Netizens are responding. Some of them are going to be talking about the pounded yam. Some are going to be talking about his post, which he talked about, you know, the courts awarding him damages for the third time, the third time. Let's take a look at the responses now. It is #Sowore. The tall dude says, when citizens lose in court, enforcement is swift. When the state loses, compliance becomes optional. That asymmetry is the real crisis. The rule of law only works when it binds the powerful the same way it binds the powerless. If institutions demand respect for ex parte orders, they must show equal urgency in obeying final judgments against them. Anything less erodes public trust, accountability delayed is accountability denied. Enforcement now becomes the test. Yes, you must collect this debt. The next one. So this is TB Insight, who says, when state institutions treat judicial rulings as suggestions rather than mandates, that erodes the very legal foundation they rely on to maintain public order. A+ says, senior man, share now your pounded yam we won't focus on like this. I've been at the DSS matter. More reactions. So this is Senator Idris Haruna, who says, absolutely, this is standing up for justice in the face of systemic abuse. Your determination to enforce court judgments and use the funds to support vulnerable Nigerians shows courage, integrity, and a true commitment to fairness. It's inspiring to see personal vindication turned into a force for social good. Oji says, when citizens lose in court, enforcement is swift. When the state loses, compliance becomes optional. That asymmetry is the real crisis. The rule of law only works when it binds the powerful the same way it binds the powerless. If institutions demand respect for ex parte orders, they must show equal urgency in obeying final judgments against them. I think we already took that. It looks like Oji made his comments twice. The next one. So this is Oji again, who says, you be real African man. I like fufu. And then finally, Abba Bakir says, Baba, you have been looking for avenue to post this pounding video. Aha! Now we know. So Abba Bakir seems to be close to Showore. He probably had this pounding video for a while and was looking for, the opportunity to post it. He found it, according to that netizen. But that's how we wrap that particular one up now. We move on to hashtag Uyo. So hashtag Uyo is trending because Trending Explained, which is a publication, picked up a video of a dilapidated building. It's a school, and we had pupils in it. And people are reacting to this. They're saying, someone actually asked, is the Senate president from Akwa Ibom? Uyo is the headquarters of Akwa Ibom and all. So Trending Explained is describing the situation and how that matter must be solved with immediate alacrity, if you don't mind my grammar. So let me take you straight to X now. So you take a look at the first post. Trending Explained says, trending video, frustrated teachers exposes the poor condition of a primary school in Ikot Mbodem Itam, Uyo, lacking chairs, ceiling, teachers' lodge, and electricity, while the governor plans to build an estate in FCT, Abuja. They put up the video. Take a look, guys.
We are here in primary school Ikot Mbodem, off school road, here in Uyo. Look at what the children are passing through. This is the chalkboard. The children in school. Look at them here. And our governor is busy telling us that he wants to go and build housing in Abuja estate. But here in the state we have less privilege, that he would have looked into it and see how to help these people out. Look at the children here in school. Look at them. Look at what is happening. This is Akwa Ibom State. The state. Anybody that is going to send this video should send it to Moino directly. Let him come down here and help these children. These are our future generations being suffering. They are all suffering because of teachers. Teachers, look at a teacher here. Look at teacher here, no table, nothing. Look at the ceiling. Look at the whole place, how it is. It's a shame to a state.
So you listen to the female teacher saying that anybody that can pick up this video and take it to Umoyeno should appreciate it. Umoyeno is actually the governor of Akwa Ibom City. He's actually a clergyman. And I do hope that this message gets to him. Netizens are responding to this particular one because this is really an eyesore. And Aya Nkata Robots PhD says, misplaced priorities. I wish the government will understand the importance of educating our future leaders and the consequences of not doing so. Akachukwu Itego says, this is heartbreaking and unacceptable. Imagine children living in an unrejected building called school. No security, no good building and environment, and good equipment and facilities for them to use in improvement of the society and country. What is the reason for presenting the budget? Gracefully Gracious Chinedu says, wait, is Uyo not in the same state that the Senate president is from? Of course, Uyo, like I said earlier on, is the capital of Akwa Ibom. That's where Senator Akpabio is from. But there are more reactions. Let's take a look at the next one now. So this is Oga Dante, who says, just here to inform you that someone will show up soon and tell you how Akwa Ibom is the cleanest state, and next will be pictures of the stadium and 2 bridges. Where did you get the 2 bridges from? But this is Aino, who says, when Peter Obi visited the state, the governor told him to leave because his visit would affect T-Baby's 2027 election chances. T-Baby? Oh my gosh. Well, Aino goes on to say they didn't know this is what he was hiding. This is 2026. Every child deserves a good education. The state governor and the local government chairman of the area should resign with immediate effect. Now, Ayine is referring to Peter Obi's last visit to Akwa Ibom, where he was turned back. He was going to donate some monies to an institution, but he wasn't allowed. He was given an audience. He was asked to just go. So Peter Obi put up the video and he was saying, he was lamenting really and was saying how they mix politics with philanthropy and all of that. I just wanted to explain to you what that netizen was saying. But we do hope that the authorities will look into this matter speedily. Yeah, the children deserve a good place to learn, a good learning environment, the teachers as well. Now we move on to the next one, which is hashtag Senator Itagiwa. So from Akwa Ibom, we are going to Cross River. You know that we used to call her Mama Cross River, right? Or Mama Bakassi. You remember Senator Florence Itagiwa? They used to call her Mama Bakassi. She was the one that stood with Nigerians who were in Bakassi, and she would always fight their causes and all. Now, this video that Instablock Niger put up is garnering lots of traction online. Why? Because we saw her celebrating her 80th birthday, looking very beautiful, glamorous, and very young, if I must say. But then she wasn't dancing alone. She was dancing with a very, very VIP guest, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. It's just a very beautiful video to watch. Netizens are jumping on it. But first, we'll take a look at the post. The first post that's going to introduce us to the video of Senator Itagiwa dancing with former President Olusegun Obasanjo. So Senator Florence Itagiwa dances with Obasanjo at 80th birthday party. The elegant event at an upscale Lagos venue featured floral decor and Goldmine TV coverage. So credit is going to go to Goldmine for the video you're about to watch. But it says with videos of their joyful groove drawing thousands of views and praise for their vitality. Itagiwa, born in 1946 in Cross River State, built a career from nursing to politics, serving as senator, house member, and Mama Bakassi advocate, while advising Obasanjo during his presidency. Leaders like President Tinubu and Governor Otu praised her pioneering work for women and the Niger Delta, as guests marveled at her youthful energy. Governor Otu will be the governor of her state, Cross River State. Take a listen, guys, to the video, or just watch, really, and have fun. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I could watch the two of them dig it down till the break of dawn. I can tell you, and there's this chemistry though. So netizens are like, oh, what's going on? But someone actually came and said, hey guys, these people, they go way back. You're going to be seeing that post in a short while. So we're going to take a look at the reactions now to these two beautiful people dancing. I can call former President Obasanjo beautiful, can't I? I can. And of course, as Senator Itagiwa is looking drop dead gorgeous. But let's take a look at the reactions now, shall we? It is hashtag Senator Itagiwa. So Onyidamola, of course, credit goes to Onyidamola too for jumping on this one. Onyidamola says Senator Florence Itagiwa and former President Olusegun Obasanjo sharing a joyful dance at her 80th birthday dinner party. And people are responding to Oyi's post. Let's take a look at the next reaction. So this is Bonka Ebiri, who says, fun fact about Senator Itagiwa's relationship. Okay. It's talking about the relationship between Itagiwa and OBJ, that it spans over 50 years. It started during the Biafran War when he replaced Benjamin Adekunle, Black Scorpion, as the leader of the 3rd Marine Commando. Itagiwa was the 3rd Marine Commando lady. The 3rd Marine Commando ladies provided first aid, cooking, espionage. You understand what espionage is, right? and other forms of services for the federal troops. After the Civil War, many of them were rewarded with powerful positions in the military government. Itagiwa served as an advisor to OBJ and also a senator in the current Third Republic. She was once married to Dele Giwa and keeps his last name. Guys, you remember Dele Giwa, the journalist that was killed via a hand-delivered bomb in an envelope? That's his widow. Well, there are more reactions. Let's continue to take a look at them. Now it is hashtag Itagiwa. Scorpio AI says, longevity is a gift only nature can give, and people can only wish and envy you. See how Obasanjo is still bubbling and kicking even with his age. He needs to teach us his tips and tricks for staying this strong and healthy, even more than sitting presidents. Oh my gosh, this is coming from Scorpio AI. The next one. So this is Olani. I refuse to call it Holani. I think it's Olani, who says it was a beautiful blend of legacy, friendship, and celebration. Two political heavyweights showing that beyond public service, there's room for laughter, music, and pure happiness. More reactions? So this is Polonium, who said, or Polonium is saying, did you say she is 80? And then he says, God punish poverty. Congratulations to her. And then Fidel Otuya says, Baba should be about a century old or more. Century being 100. And then he says, Baba should be about a century old or more. And if the celebrant is 80 years old. Okay, let me take that again. Baba should be about a century old or more if the celebrant is 80 years old. Baba was already retired as military head of state when Florence Itagiwa was dating the late journalist Dele Giwa. Now, this is Two Fighting, who says she looks really good for 80. Somebody said, God punish poverty, and I say a big amen. More reactions? So this is Grace Sampson, who says, these are the people that look strong and healthy. Privacy says, Florence Itagiwa. Florence Itagiwa, born 19th February 1946. 1946. Oh my gosh. It's a Nigerian politician who served as senator for the Cross River South Senatorial District of Cross River State. 80 looks good on her. And then Misty Silly, PhD, says, please, this is good genes, not money. Else, other people or other rich people will be looking like this on their 80th birthday. Well, in all of it, we say congratulations to Mama Bakassi, Senator Florence Itagiwa, and we say many, many more years in return. And of course, the former president Obasanjo, keep looking fit, sir. Now, on that note, we move on to the next hashtag. Guys, get ready. Someone is coming back from the dead to speak to you. This is like a posthumous appearance. I'm talking about Fela, none other than the very legendary Fela. So, you know how this year, February, actually this month, he won a Lifetime Achievement Award, the Grammys. He got a Grammy, Lifetime, decades after his death. But take a listen to what he said when he was alive and how he was treated when he tried to travel abroad to make his, continue his craft. Now, the Pulse NG has credit for this. Let's take a look at the first post, and then there's a video to read, and of course, netizens are reacting. So Pulse Nigeria says, I went to America in 1969. Americans didn't want to hear anything from Africans. It was terrible. They treated me so badly. I'm very emotional about it. Fela and Nicola Pokruti. Credit goes to Pulse NG, Pulse Nigeria for this. Take a listen, guys.
America in 69. America didn't want to hear anything from Africa. Anywhere I went, they thought I was, Africa, hey, Oh, wow, it was terrible, man. You people don't know how this thing feels like, man. Oh, it treated me so badly. But it was good. I'm not hurt about it. The experience, so many people are suffering in this world, they don't come to be hurt about it. But I'm emotional about it, I'm very emotional about it. I'm an emotional man. How is America?
Yeah, he said he's an emotional man, and one of the netizens picked up on that part. So we'll take a look at their reactions now. This is an iconic footage, and I must give serious credit to Pulse Nigeria for this. It is beautiful to watch. For those of you who don't even know Fela, that's the man. You know, there's been this head-to-head between his son Seun Kuti and Wizkid and all of that about who is the greatest. But I mean, let's not even get into that debate. So netizens are responding to this particular hashtag and how Fela said he was treated badly when he got to America. So D says, which Americans is he talking about? That didn't stop him from getting a black American girlfriend while he was here, who later had a large influence on his Pan-African idols. Apparently, D is in America because he was saying, he's saying while he was here. So it probably is in America. And then he put up this screenshot of American activist and Black Panther Party member who profoundly influenced Fela Kuti during his 1969-1970 US tour, acting as his romantic partner, teacher, and muse. She introduced him to black consciousness, black Africanism, etc. She encouraged him to embrace his African identity, leading him to drop ransom from his name and adopt the Yoruba name Anikolapo. So this is coming from D. D has the handle Scissorhand07. Okay, so we'll definitely investigate this. We'll take a look at the next post now, the next reaction to hashtag Fela. Nino says that era exposed deep contradictions, preaching freedom while dismissing African voices. Painful experiences like this remind us how far conversations on identity and diaspora still had to travel. Josiah Kafuta says, Fela's English is so good. I wonder where Nigerians got their pidgin from. Are you kidding me? Well, Chima Amanda says, Fela's words are a powerful reminder of the harsh racism Africans faced, even abroad. His pain reflects the struggles many endured during that era. More reactions? So, this is TB Insight who says, this fiction transformed Fela's perspective, proving that the most influential art often stems from the harsh realization that external validation is a hollow pursuit for the displaced. External validation is the phrase I'm picking on. Never seek it from outside. Always come from within you. Well, Kalidos Erotica says, one thing this man was consistent about was this. He was in touch with his emotions. It's a beautiful hashtag. And we wrap it up swiftly and move to the next one, which is hashtag Osita Heme. So he is popularly known as Popo. It is Popo's birthday today, and Nigerians are jumping on this hashtag to wish him a happy birthday. So let's take a look at the very first post now by Trending Explained. It is lengthy, giving us the gist of the matter. Trending Explained says Osita Heme is trending because Nigerians are saying happy 44th birthday to Popo, the Nollywood icon and king of memes. His meeting with Chinedu Ekedieze is what you could describe as divine. That is his counterpart known as Aki. Then Trending Explained goes on to say, in Aba, whenever Aki went to the market to get clothes, the seller would say, you were here yesterday and asked me to keep this clothes for you. Aki, who was definitely not at the market prior, would collect it. When Papa comes for it, they'll tell him, but you were here yesterday to collect the clothes. It kept going on and on until one day Aki waited at the market to see his mysterious twin. Let's take a look at the concluding part of the post. He saw Papa from a distance, knew he was the only one immediately. They spoke, bonded immediately, and became friends and went on auditions together. On an audition, their chemistry was uncanny. They kept correcting and completing each other's line like it was part of the script. Producer late Chukwuka Emelionu noticed it, pulled them out, assured them their pairing would not be wasted. That was how Aki na Ukwa was created with late Amechi Monago as their father, and they went global in 2002. Sam Loco late became their on-screen father because he was a comic actor and Amechi wasn't. The duo later went on to do over 150 movies together, which resulted to Popo becoming the meme king in 2019, as he had a face for every reaction, mood, or feeling. There are lots of reactions, but for want of time, we're unable to take them. So we say congratulations to Popo. Most of their movies felt like a compilation of skits And so this is it. That's it. Basically, you can go online to check them out. Beautiful duo. And like I was saying, congratulations to Aki on his 41st birthday. Thank you to the tech guys. Thank you guys for this beautiful one. But quickly, before we go, let's take a look at eMoney. Hashtag eMoney. Hashtag eMoney gave a car, an SUV, to Aki yesterday. We showed it to you. We brought that hashtag to you. And Aki immediately gave the key to his wife, very tall looking lady. Today, eMoney gave Kata Efe a Toyota, brand new, and Kata Efe just went berserk. Can we quickly take a look at that video? Quickly. It's garnering lots of views online. That is it. Take a listen, guys.
Which one you want? You want something? Say like animal, we want fly. I thank you so much. You're a very talented young man. And I think you're there. I don't know if you're not there around. But anyway, God has blessed us with an internet. We can always do anything visual. Correct. So I want to. I don't die. I don't die. eMoney. Of the brand new Toyota Corolla 2025. Congratulations to you. That's your thing. Congratulations. I don't die. Congratulations. Thank you. I don't die. Come on, yeah, with red ribbon. Jesus, don't please. Jesus, yes, Jesus has done it. Don't please. Lord. Don't please. eMoney. I know that it won't carry my motor tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I will not carry my motor. Tomorrow morning, first night. Congratulations.